Over 50? What happens if you do the horse stance every day? If you're over 50 and you start doing the horse stance every single day, something very interesting begins to happen. Not overnight. Not in a week. But slowly, quietly, your body starts remembering strength it thought it had lost. The horse stance looks simple. You stand with your feet wider than shoulder width apart. You bend your knees. You sit your hips down as if you're lowering into an invisible chair. Your back stays straight. Your chest is open. Your thighs begin to feel the weight of your body. And then you hold. That's it. But that just hold is where the magic begins. After 50, most people start losing muscle mass every year. It's called age-related muscle decline. The legs are usually the first to weaken because we sit more, move less, and stop challenging them. Weak legs lead to poor balance. Poor balance leads to fear of falling. And fear of falling leads to even less movement. It becomes a cycle. The horse stance directly attacks that cycle. When you hold the position, your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, inner thighs, and calves all switch on together. These are the muscles responsible for standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, and stabilizing your hips when you walk. Holding your own body weight in this position teaches those muscles to work as a team again. In the first week, you'll probably feel shaking. That shaking is not weakness. It's your nervous system relearning how to recruit muscle fibers efficiently. Many people over 50 haven't asked their legs to sustain tension like this in years. The body responds quickly when you challenge it safely. By week 2 or 3, something changes. You may notice standing up from a sofa feels easier. Your knees feel warmer and more supported. You might even feel more stable when walking outside. That's because the horse stance strengthens the muscles that protect the knee joint. Weak quadriceps often lead to knee discomfort. But when those muscles become stronger, they absorb more force, reducing strain on the joint itself. There's also a hidden benefit: bone density. After 50, bone density naturally declines, especially in women after menopause. Weight-bearing exercises help stimulate bone maintenance. The horse stance is a weight-bearing hold. Your body weight presses through your hips and legs, sending signals to your bones that they still need to stay strong. Over time, consistent daily practice may help maintain bone strength, especially when combined with walking and proper nutrition. But strength is only one part of the story. Balance begins improving in subtle ways. When you hold the stance, your body constantly makes micro-adjustments to keep you steady. Tiny stabilizer muscles in your ankles and hips wake up. These are muscles you rarely think about, but they are critical for preventing falls. After a month, many people report they feel grounded. That's not just poetic language. It's neurological. The horse stance improves proprioception, your awareness of where your body is in space. Better proprioception means better coordination. Another unexpected change happens in your posture. To hold the horse stance properly, your spine must stay upright. Your core muscles activate to prevent leaning forward. Your glutes engage to prevent your knees from collapsing inward. Over time, this strengthens the posterior chain, the muscles that keep you tall. After 50, posture often starts to slump due to weak back and hip muscles. Daily horse stance practice reinforces upright alignment. You may find yourself standing straighter without even thinking about it. And then there's circulation. Holding a deep stance increases blood flow to the lower body. When you release the position, fresh blood rushes through the muscles. This can improve vascular health over time and reduce stiffness. Some people notice their legs feel warmer during the day. Others notice reduced swelling in the ankles. While it's not a cure for medical conditions, consistent lower body activation supports healthy circulation. Now let's talk about joints. Many assume bending the knees deeply is bad after 50. But controlled bending, within a pain-free range, actually nourishes the joint. Movement circulates synovial fluid, the natural lubricant of the joint. The horse stance, when done correctly and not forced too low, gently strengthens the structures around the knee. The key is depth control. You don't need to go extremely low. Even a moderate bend held consistently builds strength safely. Then there's the mental side. Holding the horse stance is uncomfortable. There's no way around that. After 20 seconds, your mind starts negotiating. After 40 seconds, it starts complaining. After a minute, it wants to quit. If you practice daily, you train more than your legs. You train resilience. Over 50, many people start believing their best physical years are behind them. Holding this position challenges that belief. Each day you hold longer than yesterday, you prove to yourself that adaptation is still possible. That psychological shift matters. Confidence in your body changes how you move through the world. You walk differently. You stand differently. You approach tasks with less hesitation. Another benefit appears in your hips. Tight hips are common after decades of sitting. The wide stance gently opens the hip joints while strengthening them. Stronger hips reduce strain on the lower back. Many people report decreased back discomfort after consistent practice because the hips are doing their job better. And here's something subtle but powerful: hormone response. Isometric holds, exercises where you hold a position, can stimulate growth hormone and testosterone at mild levels, even in older adults. While the increases aren't dramatic, the signal tells your body it still needs to maintain muscle tissue. The body adapts to demand. If you demand stability and strength daily, it responds accordingly. What about time commitment? You don't need 30 minutes. Even 2 to 5 minutes per day, broken into shorter holds, can create change. For example, 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds is enough to stimulate improvement. Consistency matters more than intensity. Now, it's important to approach it wisely. If you have severe knee arthritis or hip replacements, you should consult a healthcare professional before starting. But for most healthy adults over 50, a moderate depth horse stance is safe and effective. The progression is simple. Start shallow. Hold 20 to 30 seconds. Focus on posture. Gradually increase time before increasing depth. Over weeks, aim for 1 to 2 minutes per hold. You may notice something surprising around month 2. Your endurance improves not just in your legs, but in daily life. Grocery shopping feels less tiring. Standing in line feels easier. Even gardening feels more manageable. That's because the horse stance trains muscular endurance, the ability to sustain effort over time. And unlike walking alone, it specifically targets lateral hip stability, which is crucial for aging gracefully. There's also a metabolic benefit. Muscle tissue is metabolically active. Strengthening large leg muscles slightly increases your resting metabolic rate. It's not dramatic, but over months, it contributes to better weight management. Some practitioners of traditional martial arts have used the horse stance for centuries as a foundational strength builder. They believed it builds root. Modern science might call it neuromuscular efficiency and joint stability. Different words. Same outcome. Now let's address something important: breathing. If you hold your breath while doing the horse stance, you increase blood pressure unnecessarily. Instead, slow, controlled breathing enhances the benefits. Deep nasal breathing while holding the position improves oxygen delivery and keeps you calm under tension. This combination of muscular stress and calm breathing trains your nervous system to handle physical stress more efficiently. That skill transfers into real life. Climbing stairs without panicking. Carrying something heavy without fear. Regaining balance without overreacting. After 50, training stability is more important than chasing extremes. The horse stance doesn't require equipment. It doesn't require a gym. It doesn't require jumping or impact. That makes it sustainable long term. Sustainability is the real secret. If you do something intense for 2 weeks and quit, nothing changes. If you do something moderate for 2 years, everything changes. The biggest transformation from daily horse stance practice isn't dramatic muscle growth. It's durability. Durability in your knees. Durability in your hips. Durability in your mind. You build a base. And once the base is strong, other movements become safer. Walking, light jogging, hiking, even recreational sports feel more stable. There's also a social confidence shift. When you feel physically strong, you carry yourself differently in conversations. Posture influences psychology. Over time, you may even challenge yourself further. Maybe you hold light weights while in the stance. Maybe you add gentle arm movements. Maybe you practice near a wall for safety while exploring deeper positions. But even if you never progress beyond a simple hold, the daily signal to your body remains powerful: stay strong. After 50, decline is not automatic. Inactivity is. The horse stance is a small daily vote for strength. If you commit to it for 90 days, you will likely notice measurable change. Stronger thighs. Better balance. More upright posture. Increased confidence in movement. It won't make you 25 again. But it may make you feel capable again. And capability is everything. The key is patience. The body adapts slowly but reliably when given consistent input. 2 minutes today. 2 minutes tomorrow. Over time, those minutes accumulate into resilience. So what happens if you do the horse stance every day after 50? Your legs get stronger. Your balance improves. Your joints feel more supported. Your posture stands taller. Your mind becomes tougher. Your body becomes more durable. And perhaps most importantly, you remind yourself that strength has no expiration date. We talked about strength, balance, posture, and confidence. But there's a deeper layer that starts developing after consistent practice for several months. Your body begins to reorganize itself around stability. After 50, one of the biggest hidden problems isn't just muscle loss. It's loss of coordination between muscles. The body stops firing muscles in the right sequence. Some muscles become overactive. Others go quiet. This imbalance leads to stiffness, joint pain, and inefficient movement. The horse stance quietly fixes that. When you hold the position correctly, knees tracking over toes, spine upright, hips engaged, your body must coordinate multiple muscle groups simultaneously. Glutes, inner thighs, core, lower back, calves, all communicating at once. That communication improves with repetition. Over time, your movements outside the stance become smoother. You may notice that when you turn, pivot, or step sideways, you feel more controlled. That lateral stability is critical after 50 because most falls don't happen moving forward. They happen during sudden side movements. The horse stance strengthens exactly that lateral control. Now let's talk about the hips more deeply. Weak hips are one of the main reasons lower back pain becomes common with age. When the hips don't stabilize properly, the lower back compensates. That compensation creates strain. Daily horse stance practice strengthens the gluteus medius, one of the most important stabilizing muscles in the body. This muscle prevents your pelvis from dropping when you walk. When it's weak, your stride becomes unstable. As this muscle strengthens, walking feels more efficient. You may not consciously notice it at first, but your steps become quieter, smoother, more grounded. Another change appears in your knees. If done properly, not too deep, not collapsing inward, the horse stance strengthens the vastus medialis, the inner part of your quadriceps that supports proper knee tracking. Many knee issues arise because the kneecap doesn't move smoothly during bending. Stronger supporting muscles improve alignment. That can reduce mild knee discomfort over time. But here's something even more interesting: tendon strength. Muscles adapt fairly quickly. Tendons adapt more slowly. After 50, tendon resilience decreases. That's why sudden intense exercise can lead to injury. Isometric holds like the horse stance gently load the tendons without explosive force. Over months, this can increase tendon stiffness in a positive way, making them better at transmitting force and less prone to strain. You're not just building muscle. You're reinforcing connective tissue. And that matters for long-term mobility. Now consider metabolism and blood sugar regulation. Large muscles like your quadriceps are major storage sites for glucose. When you train them consistently, your body improves its ability to manage blood sugar. For adults over 50, especially those concerned about metabolic health, this is significant. The horse stance engages some of the largest muscle groups in the body. Even short daily holds contribute to better insulin sensitivity over time when paired with healthy eating. Then there's the nervous system effect. When you hold a challenging position calmly, you teach your nervous system to tolerate discomfort without panic. This has broader implications than exercise. Stress resilience improves. Physical stress and mental stress share similar pathways in the body. If you can breathe slowly while your legs are burning, you build tolerance for discomfort in other areas of life. This is one reason traditional practices valued static stances. They weren't just physical drills. They were mental training tools. After 3 to 6 months of daily practice, something subtle happens. Your threshold for fatigue increases. You may notice that you can stay active longer without needing to sit down. Household tasks feel less draining. Even long periods of standing during social events feel manageable. That's muscular endurance translating into daily life. Another overlooked benefit is joint stability in uneven environments. As we age, walking on uneven surfaces becomes more challenging. Grass, gravel, stairs, these demand quick stabilizing reactions. The horse stance builds a foundation of strength that supports those reactions. It's like reinforcing the base of a building so it can handle small earthquakes without cracking. And because it requires no equipment, you remove one of the biggest barriers to consistency. You don't need motivation to drive somewhere. You don't need special clothes. You don't need perfect weather. You just stand, lower and hold. Now let's address a common concern. What if my knees hurt when I try? The solution is depth and alignment. Many people go too low too soon. Start higher. Even a slight bend held consistently is effective. Focus on pushing your knees gently outward. In line with your toes. Engage your hips. Pain is a signal. Discomfort from muscle fatigue is normal. Sharp joint pain is not. Modify rather than quit. Over time, as strength improves, depth can increase naturally without forcing it. There's also a confidence ripple effect. After 50, it's common to unconsciously avoid movements that feel unstable. You might avoid squatting down fully. You might hesitate to step off a curb quickly. You might brace yourself more than necessary. When you train stability daily, that hesitation decreases. You trust your legs more. Trust in your body changes behavior. And behavior shapes health long term. Let's also talk about symmetry. Many adults develop strength imbalances between left and right sides. The horse stance requires equal weight distribution. You can feel if one side is working harder. Over time, this awareness corrects subtle imbalances. Better symmetry reduces wear and tear on joints. Then there's circulation again, but at a deeper level. Holding tension increases local blood vessel dilation. Over time, this can support vascular flexibility. Healthy blood vessels are essential for heart health, especially after 50. While the horse stance is not a cardiovascular workout, it complements aerobic activity by strengthening peripheral circulation in the legs. Another long-term effect is psychological age reversal. Not biological age, but perceived age. When your legs are strong, you move with purpose. People often associate slow, unstable movement with aging. When you stand tall and move steadily, you project vitality. This isn't vanity. It's feedback. When others respond to you as capable, you begin to feel capable. And that encourages more activity. Activity compounds. If you combine daily horse stance practice with walking, light stretching, and balanced nutrition, the cumulative effect becomes powerful. After 1 year of consistency, you won't just have stronger legs. You'll have a stronger foundation for everything else. You may decide to try light resistance training. You may explore Tai Chi or yoga. You may take longer walks. The stance becomes the anchor habit. It takes 2 to 5 minutes, but it reinforces identity. I am someone who maintains strength. Identity drives consistency far more than motivation. And consistency after 50 is the true superpower. Now imagine this scenario. You commit to holding the horse stance daily for 12 months. Some days you hold 30 seconds. Some days you hold 2 minutes. Some days you feel strong. Some days you feel tired. But you never stop. At the end of the year, your muscles are denser. Your joints feel supported. Your balance is steadier. Your posture is upright. Your mind is tougher. Nothing dramatic happened in a single week. But everything changed across the year. That's how sustainable strength works. Small, daily stress. Proper recovery. Long-term adaptation. The horse stance is simple. But simplicity is powerful when repeated. After 50, you don't need complexity. You need consistency. You need stability. You need resilience. And the horse stance delivers all three, quietly, steadily, and effectively. The question is not whether it works. The question is whether you'll give it enough time to show you what your body is still capable of becoming.